So we partnered with Cacao, who are an organisation after being frustrated with the lack of efficacy of sort of fair trade regulations and certifications, decided to take it upon themselves to make the entire cacao supply chain as transparent as possible in order to be able to get more money to farmers at the end of the day. So they started in Belize. They started by tracking tracking the paper trail of cacao receipts all the way from the farmers to, they ultimately then send them to manufacturers. So they don't actually have access to the end consumers, but they've got visibility of pretty much the entire process up until that point. They then since branched out into Guatemala and starting to work with all the Maya communities there. They want to be bigger though, so obviously everyone eats chocolate. It's all around the world, but this is only a small part of the world, so they're looking to scale massively. So this process has a variety of different issues, one of which is accountability, so making sure, so at the moment, Uncommon Cacao are responsible themselves for this sort of certification and making sure that everything's transparent and everyone is trustful along the way, but they want to devolve this responsibility out to all the different participating actors. So from the farmer to the consumer, they don't want to be the ones that are held accountable, they want everybody else to feel accountable for it equally. It's also really time consuming to add in, bash in all of these numbers into these terminals, and it's not a particularly effective way of gathering data. There's a lot of corruption all the way through the process. It's not very transparent through a lot of the different transactions that happen. We've also got an issue in terms of a lot of people don't realise quite how corrupt and how unfair the chocolate industry is, and the discrepancy in the profits and how they're propagated down. And then the other issues, we've got our scale, as I said before, they want to grow hugely and make sure that this is something that can affect global chocolate distribution. And issues around culture, I guess corruption can be part of the culture, and that can be something that's difficult to tackle, and data transparency.
Cool, so that covers who we partnered with and some of the problems that we want to target in this space, which maybe I'll look around.
So, as it was mentioned before, while the chocolate industry is a $100 billion industry, farmers most of the time live under the poverty line. So given the pitch and the app we were working on, this would give transparency to this whole supply chain and would ensure that the currently opaque and siloed procedure would be a bit more transparent, and therefore the end customer, the end user, who's actually the chocolate eater, would have a bit more incentive to pay more for chocolate, and therefore probably help the farmers to get out of poverty and have a better and equal pay.
Okay, why is the solution unique?
So this solution, it starts by, as Cornelia was saying, people tend to pay more or less 30% more if they know the story behind the product. So we thought about an application that serves, like a mobile application, that serves different roles. For instance, the same application serves the farmer as the farmer and the consumer, also the suppliers. Going through the chain, the app serves different worlds and connects them. Also using the blockchain, we have the digital truth. We don't have to have certificates and that kind of stuff. And it has never been done before, connecting the consumer to the farmer. So the consumer can send feedback, much love, I'm loving this chocolate, to the farmer. And this, it's cool. Okay.
And Friendly, why do we need this solution right now?
I think you need it now because this is the first iteration of something that could be huge. We could totally revolutionize supply chain management and ensure that farmers get paid what they deserve, and also that there's fair pricing for products, all kinds of products.
Yeah, and also it should be noted that millennials are conscious consumers, and according to Nielsen, 73% would be keen to spend more money in products that they know are socially responsible. And also there's 21 UN goals that should be achieved by 2020, and time is running out. So this project definitely ticks a lot of them.